What's wrong with Indian museums? Exploring past, present and future challenges. Imagine walking into a museum. Is it just a building filled with old objects? Or a vibrant space of stories, ideas, and debates? For India, museums are more than display cases, they're battlegrounds for identity, memory, and power. Yet, despite ambitious new projects and shiny architecture popping up across the country, something feels off. Most Indians rarely visit museums. For many, it's a school trip, not a weekend outing. So, what's holding back this huge cultural potential? The core of a museum's strength isn't just the artifacts, but the people who engage with them. What histories are we telling? Who decides? Can museums evolve into places where we don't just hear stories but challenge them? Can they become spaces where young minds learn not just what happened but why it matters, and to whom? India's museum scene is in the midst of a dramatic makeover. From New Delhi's revamped National Museum to regional hubs of art and history, a wave of investment is reshaping the landscape. But beneath the sleek facades and patriotic branding lies an unsettling question: who is shaping these stories, and whose voices get lost? A quick glance at upcoming projects reveals a grand plan. Over 100 new experiential museums are on the horizon. Yet, details remain vague. Where will these be? What stories will they tell? For instance, the National Museum's planned relocation within the Central Vista redevelopment raises worries. What will happen to its priceless collections? Without clarity, these developments risk turning museums into tools for state narratives, rather than indigenous, diverse, and plural voices. Looking at history, India's earliest museums were born under colonial rule, used to categorize, control, and display empire's conquest as culture. They often painted Indian craftsmanship as primitive or decorative, stripping it of deeper stories. As Tasneem Zakaria Mehta points out, these institutions were never neutral. They portrayed colonizers as benefactors and Indian art as subordinate. But now, museums like Mumbai's Dr. Bowdorji Lad are rewriting that history. After its restoration in 2008, BDL shifted focus, highlighting Indian artists and crafts, and collaborating with contemporary visionaries like Rina Seni Khalat, whose work questions injustice and human hubris. These efforts aim to decolonize and democratize what museums mean today. Creating new museums isn't just about architecture, it's about ideas. The Museum of Art and Photography in Bengaluru exemplifies this shift. Its curators see museums as spaces that reflect on the present through the lens of history, challenging dominant narratives and amplifying marginalized voices. Their 2023 exhibition, Visible/Invisible, exposed how women's stories are often hidden or misrepresented, inviting viewers to engage and question. But who gets to shape these stories? This is a question of power. Curators like Shaleen Wadhwana warn us that India's social stratification influences who controls narratives, the funders, the staff, the voices behind the scenes. Many new museums dazzle visitors visually but remain opaque in their decision-making. Who participates in creating these histories? Who is truly included? A shift is also happening in how museums talk to their audiences. Instead of top-down lectures, institutions like MET and BDL are listening more, treating visitors as co-creators. Kamini Soni points out that traditional museums often alienate visitors with complex language and a lack of accessible interpretation. Building trust requires transparency, multilingual resources, and programs that speak to local communities. Across India, over 1,000 museums continue to operate, mostly with rigid, object-focused displays. But some are breaking the mold. Mumbai's Museum of Solutions involves children as active participants, while the Partition Museum in Amritsar tells painful histories with empathy through oral stories. Events like the Kochi Muzaris Biennale push contemporary art into public spaces, engaging communities directly. Every museum choice, what to show or omit, is inherently political. Curators like Annika Aldag emphasize that curation is a negotiation, shaped by ethics, histories, and power dynamics. Especially in India, where official histories often oversimplify or celebrate, making room for many perspectives becomes a radical act. So, where is all this heading? The future of Indian museums isn't just about walls and collections, it's about creating spaces for learning, unlearning, and dialogue. They should reflect the messy, complex reality of the past and present, places where disagreement and difference are welcomed. As Wadwana reminds us, independent curators and cultural producers have a crucial role in fostering debate and dissent, especially when authorities aim for sanitized narratives. The Indian Museum today is more than a building, it's a place of possibility. It's a site where history can be interrogated, challenged, and reshaped. And the public? They are not just visitors, they are participants. We have the right, and the duty, to question whose stories are on display, what we're asked to forget, and how we can contribute to what's remembered. The museum can be a space for more than stories of the past, it can be a canvas for envisioning what the future could be.